Welcome everyone. Here we have weekly challenges week 4, and following the same pattern as the previous challenges, we start off with some easy races and build up to the more challenging races. The first race is the Sunday Cup at Lago Maggiore, and I've chosen to drive the Toyota Yaris that was used in the recent Lake Louise time trial that ended just after these challenges started. Super easy race, even on hard difficulty with the OP Yaris, so if you're looking for a challenge, you can lower the power of this car, or use a different car entirely. And just like that, in the first 20 seconds I'm in P1 and it's clear sailing to the end from here. Even if you happen to crash or spin out, this car is so fast compared to the AI, you'll be fine. Just like I did right here, I overshot the turn and had a meeting with Barrier. But with the lead I have at this point and this race being only 2 laps, I wasn't affected at all. And here at the end, crossing the line to complete the first event and finishing this race in under 2 minutes, again super easy and also super fast and ready to collect your first prize. The second race is the European FR Challenge 550 at Dragon Trail. And for this race, I'm driving the 2009 Mercedes SLR McLaren, maybe not the best choice for this race. But I haven't used this car yet since I bought it, and figured why not put it to use, and with this only being the second race and still an easy one, I was comfortable using it for this race, and it's OP. And with about a quarter lap to go, I get P1 and there was no looking back. It was just learning how this car handles for the rest of the race. Here in the second lap was one of my learning experiences. I oversteered and went off-road, and then I tried to see how late I could brake and almost hit the wall. And now at the end, crossing the finish line for the second event complete, and getting this one done in just over 5 minutes, which can definitely be done faster, and ready to move on. And that is to the third race of turbo sports cars, and I'm in the Group 4 Subaru WRX. And this race has a max of 700 pp, and fully upgraded, the WRX is just over by 0.04. So all I did was lower the front downforce by 1, from 200 to 199. This race is another 5-lap race, and we are at Interlagos, and this one isn't hard either. Here in the second lap, I've already got the leaders in my sights. And just a little further down the track, still on lap 2, I get the overtake on P1 and then extend my lead on the field, and I'm basically practicing with this combo for the rest of the race. And just like the previous 2 races, I had a little mishap, pushing the car a little too much, but like I said, at this point I was just practicing this car on this track, and being the final lap, I wasn't worried. I still have the huge lead as I approach the finish line with this OP car. Again, if you want a challenge, lower the power or use a different car. And that's the third event completed and done in just over 8 minutes, and receiving your second credit ticket. Fourth race is the second special event race of the weekly challenges. The first one was in week 1. And again, it's a one-make race in the new Porsche 911 GT3 from update 1.40. For this race, we are at Monza, and this race is where it becomes somewhat of a challenge. It comes down to outbraking the AI at turns to gain positions and using the DRS. As you're seeing right here, the cars are dead even, so no easy overtakes on the straights. You really need to outbrake and take the turns at a higher speed than the AI. And with the great handling of this Porsche, it's not that hard to make the passes. At the beginning of the third lap, I'm in P2 and looking at P1, and just a little further down in this lap, I'm able to get the pass and take P1. No major incidents in this race, only this little one, when I looked at my phone because of a notification. And finishing this race and completing the fourth event, with not that big of a lead, in just under 10 minutes, and ready for the final race of this week's challenges. And that is the World Touring Car 700 at Deep Forest Raceway, and I'm driving the Group 4 McLaren 650S. This race is another 700 pp limit, but this McLaren needs no adjustments. This race had fuel consumption and tire wear. I set my fuel map to 4 so I could get a full 5 laps before refueling, but I realized in the latter half of the race that I should have been short shifting to conserve a little fuel. Here in the 5th lap, I started short shifting after realizing I wouldn't have enough to make it to the pits, and as I'm about to enter the pits I ran out of fuel. For the last half of the race, I short shifted the whole way to the finish line. You can probably do this race on fuel map 5 and not need to short shift, but I haven't tested that theory. If any of you try fuel map 5, let me know in the comments if it worked and if you were still able to get the win. I honestly think you can, but again, I haven't tested it. I didn't get the lead till almost midway through the 9th lap, but not before having a nice battle with P2 through this section. This race was definitely a fun challenge and definitely not easy to win. I really felt like there wasn't much room for error in this race. The AI were driving on point and not making overtakes easy, and at times seemed to cut me off to keep me behind, and I liked that. And once I got by P2, P1 was easy to overtake on this turn. No mishaps this race, and crossing the finish line and completing this week's challenges, and this race, in just over 16 minutes, and collecting the final credit ticket for 500K. Hope you enjoyed and found this video helpful. If so, like, comment and subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated and means more than I can express. Thank you and see you next time.